Okay, so I'm now going to make a potato and almond croquette using Albert Bartlett Rooster potatoes. All I've done with these is peel the roosters, cut them into even sized chunks, and I'm just going to boil these in some salted water. So in there we've roughly 4 to 5 medium-sized potatoes. We're just going to salt the water, and we're going to gently cook these just under a simmer, or a very gentle simmer, just till the potatoes are completely cooked. Okay, so that's the potatoes. They're nice and tender. So what we're going to do is lift them out of the water, and what I want to try and do is dry them out as much as I possibly can. Okay, so on the tray like that, what I'm going to do is just put them into the oven and just let them steam dry. I'm going to leave the oven door open just so it lets all the steam escape. What we really want for this is a really dry mash. Okay, so that's the potatoes. They've been just drying out in the oven for about 5 minutes there. So all we're going to do now is put them through the ricer. Really, it just forces the potato through. Okay, so you can see that's the potato going through there, and we have got a lovely dry mashed potato. But just to be on the safe side, so I'm just going to give it 1 or 2 minutes on the gas there, really just to get rid of as much moisture as we can. Really what we want is a nice fluffy mashed potato once we break open the croquette. Okay, so that's about as dry as we want the potato. So now I'm going to season it with a little bit more salt, a little bit of freshly ground pepper, most important of all, some freshly grated nutmeg. So we'll just mix that through. So I'm just going to beat in a couple of pieces of fresh cold butter. Probably a couple of egg yolks to this is enough. So that's the kind of consistency that we're looking for. Okay, so next stage for the croquettes, we're going to roll this potato mix into little balls. Again, you can make these smaller or larger, whatever size you like really. I just think that size is perfect. Okay, so that's the potatoes rolled. Now before we coat them, I'm going to put these in the fridge for 10 minutes just to firm them up. It just makes sure that we get a nice shape so the potato's not too soft as we're rolling them in the breadcrumbs. So 10 minutes in the fridge, and then we'll get the coating ready, the almonds and the breadcrumbs. Okay, so what we have here is the rolled potato, and this is the coating. So we've got some seasoned flour here, some beaten egg, 2/3 breadcrumb, 1/3 flaked almonds. So just lightly crush the almond. So first thing we're going to do is just roll the potato lightly in the flour. This is much easier if there's 2 of you doing it. And straight into the beaten egg. And make sure they're thoroughly coated, and then into the flour and almond mix. So again, just make sure that the croquettes are completely covered. Onto a tray. And at this point, these are brilliant frozen. You could put them in the freezer on a tray nice and flat, and when they're completely frozen you can put them in a bag and they'll stay in the freezer for a month, or they will sit in the fridge like that for 2 to 3 days. So that's all the potatoes coated. The only thing that remains to do now is to deep fry them. So the fat here is between 170 to 180 degrees. So I'm just going to So once these get to a nice golden brown, they'll probably take about 3 to 4 minutes, that's all. All that remains to do is just to drain them on a piece of kitchen paper. It's a great accompaniment to any roast dinner, or even if you want, even just as a light snack. So there we have potato and almond croquettes made using Albert Bartlett Rooster potatoes.